Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are here going to be running out our first run of coal out to the smelter. So this is going to be a first test run. Did get a at least a path found and a rough line laid in. Obviously things always subject to change, and we'll definitely be altering a few things along the way, but for the most part, I think this one is in. The track's got to get cleaned up, and I think there's a little section that we might alter some, but for the most part, the route has been found and kind of put in, so it's, here's the chance to actually get to. We've kind of blown through all the money and actually are getting to be in need of some more money. So this is going to be our first opportunity to start making some actual pretty good pay. So we'll take a look at the new locomotive. It is number 451. This is another one of the class 125 alternate paint schemes on this one. Have to say this is probably my favorite paint scheme for it, if not my favorite, the second favorite for it. This paint scheme I just think looks genuine as all heck. Absolutely a fan. Has just the right amount of wear and tear and dirt, and this is just, I really like this locomotive, so definitely going to be one of my favorites here on the NG. Number 451. And then we did turn around and go with all the new hopper cars, so they are much bigger, 22 ore a piece per car. We did go with one of each one of the colors, so we'll just kind of take a look down the cars quick. There you kind of got the brown and then the worn brown, and then you get a red, and you get the red and then worn red, excuse me, and then I threw just an extra red one on there because those are kind of the ones I probably like the most, but that is them. Then did turn around and throw on there. Kind of just matches the cars. Little dirty, but that's what it is. Alright, so with this car, where did we get to? Yeah, 48,500 and some change. 48,501 pounds. That's a loaded, empty. I don't know if I can bring the thing up or not. Whatever. It's like 23,000 pounds or something like that. Won't come up there. Makes sense though. You can look at it in the purchase. I think it's like 23,000 pounds or something. So whatever. The car gets super heavy when it's loaded, that's for sure. Let's see if we can actually get this to go. 50,000 pound car. So did just turn around to go with 5 of them. I was not exactly sure how heavy they were gonna get, so kind of glad at this point that I did. After loading the first couple there, figured out like 50,000 pounds a piece is just that's just a lot. I lost out 2 more. So yeah, I mean, 250,000 pounds, and we were going over a 3% grade, so this is about the equivalent to, I don't know, 20 of the old hopper cars or something like that. So 21, but like, yeah, 21 of the old hopper cars. So we'll just have to kind of see how it goes. Not exactly sure if the class 125 is going to get it or not. I mean, the load's definitely going to be heavy, so we'll just have to see how it goes and if it can get delivered. I'm a little worried about the drop off. I think the industry might get changed around some. One thing I will say is the smelter is a bit of a pain to lay the actual infrastructure at. The ground not exactly flat around there, and not a heck of a lot of room. Not moving the industry on this one. Everything is just going to stay with the stock setting, stock, just stock set where they are, and I'm just going to make them work. Next layout or further down the road, I could definitely see adjusting them some. The Yeah, the Smelter probably being the first one. So far, the rest of them pretty happy with the Smelter. Little crammed in there, and the ground is not exactly flat around it. So, but we'll see if this works. Little different setup for me. It's close to what I could normally do, but definitely a little different. So we'll just have to see. All right, Loco's coming to life. Oh, that rock is actually really close. Alright, this Loco is a beast. Probably could go ahead and add a few cars, though I don't think we've really hit the weight either. Probably hit that right up in here. Yeah, here's where it starts to climb. Pretty good, but it's actually handling it like no problem, so. Huh. Alright, well that's cool. Not that I guess it's ripping out of the, it is slowing down. But then we're not really pulling that hard either, so. Yeah, now it's using it. But as you can see, we did just turn around and come up out of the mine from down there, wrapped along the hillside here. I have to say, this mountain up here is just awesome. It's kind of cool. Not trying to put a train up there, I am not, but it looks super cool. Great scenery, great look down on the valley. Could add a few more cars probably and get away with it, which that's cool. That was the hope, you know. Just didn't want to, I did not want to come up short on the first run, really having no idea how heavy those cars would get. Great, it's handling it just fine. It's going to be about how well the brakes hold up though too going downhill, because enough of this run is downhill. This part all pretty happy with. There's some sections coming up here that did some round, did just kind of kick out alongside of the rock, where I think eventually I'm going to move this stuff more onto the mountain, I guess a little bit more. Instead of quite skirting around it. I think we can definitely get away with it. Just time-wise, I did not want to spend the extra time picking crazily along the shelf, so it did just kind of use some bridge work through here to skirt along the edge. You'll see the sections coming up. This stuff, a lot of this is just going to get cleaned. I mean, yeah, we need bridge work for some of this, but some of this we can kick down to groundwork and wall work and stuff like that. So we'll definitely come in and change around some of the track. This is really, you know, pathfinding at the beginning is really what, trying to just get it in. And this stuff, I think once we hit here, it can turn around and start bringing it back more over to the edge of the mountain and tighten that stuff up. I don't know that we need to go out as far as we do here. Although this one I might keep, and it might be the later one, because we have two kind of loop outs. Really a fairly good size one coming up that I'm not the biggest fan of, that I think I can eliminate. This one I might leave. That's not too bad, actually. Now that I'm actually going over it, I guess. I don't think that one's too bad. Hopefully we got all the trees, because there's no going to be slamming on the brakes in this locomotive. That's for sure. Kind of weave down through the trees, and see somewhere here. I think this is where I think we'll try to wrap it back to the back down the mountain. Although we might be able to take the whole thing over the top up here on that shelf too. It's something I'm going to look at later time. Kind of wanted to just keep the railroad moving along and get where we get. So then we do get this outer arch here, which does present some great views, I have to say. I mean, you can see forever out there and just get a chance to actually take in a lot of how big the map really is, which is crazy big. Oh, watch for trees. really impressed by the map, I have to say. A lot of sections of it are just really good looking. And then we kind of work along here. And back to the rock. So, I mean, it's not too crazy out there, I guess. I don't know. Not totally sure. It's kind of why I went with it for now. It's working. I might try to do a high line in here where we wrap around and see if we can still get down. But again, that's going to take a lot longer to work, and we'll just kind of have to see. Plus, I might need a high line in there to go up further into the mountains. I'm not totally sure yet. Just as I said in the last episode, kind of taking it one industry at a time. So the goal here was to get down to the smelter. And in the process of getting to the smelter, we did turn around and work that back down towards the depot. So going to be testing the whole line here, providing everything works out okay at the smelter and we don't have some massive derailment issues, because I really have no idea how the 125 is going to do in and around the docks. You know, this may be just need to do a main line and hand the load over to a switching locomotive. I'm not totally sure, you know. Haven't tried to bend this thing around a heck of a lot yet, so we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. We don't have very sharp curves anywhere else on the railroad. This here at the smelter is going to be the first real test, I guess, of how well the Class 125 works on tighter rail. Alright, let's actually try to get this thing slowed down. And then see, I suppose it's actually going to take a lot longer to unload these cars. We may actually have to park these cars and not try to unload them on the fly now that I think about it. 22 is a lot to unload. 10 you could drop on the fly, and you don't have to worry about it dropping off the dock. This I don't know. Alright, let's see if we're going to make the whoop here or not. Did try to make it as gentle as possible. Alright, looks like it and the cars are all handling it smooth enough. Alright, that's a winner. Probably don't stop it right there, though. This not really all that much of a winner. Alright, let's edge this forward. Looks like we're only going to be able to get two at a time. Anyways, no big deal. Great, cool, rock on. Let's see where we're at money-wise. Pretty much 7,000 even, 7,010. That's convenient. Alright, so let's see. Oh, that's right. It won't actively pay us. Right, so we'll just have to see when we get them unloaded now, because we can't actively watch the money pile up. So that's a bit of a disappointment. Wow, that's a lot. It should be a lot of money. 7,010 is what we were at. I'm going to forget. Oh, we're already over $8,000, though. Wow. Yeah, $660 per car, though, is going to add up really super fast. I mean, 5 cars, this should be a $3,000 load. Like a $3,300 load of ore or something like that, which is going to absolutely be, you know, essential now to moving the railroad forward. Definitely spending a lot of money with the new expensive locomotives. Geez, do we dare go for it? Let's go for it. Be risky. Yep. Okay, cool. Still getting paid for it. Good enough. Let's drop that one. I don't know. Maybe we can actually get 3. Let's go for it. Yeah, I think we're getting paid for that. Oh, shit. Money should be flying in now. Yeah, money's flying in. Oh, this is going to certainly help the railroad. Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, alright. So there we go from, yeah, $3,300. Perfect. So that paid that and that worked. Now let's see if we can actually get this thing out of here. Might as well, shouldn't be too long a run from here. And we can get this thing back around to the depot. Definitely a little bit of a janky, usually I have little to no incline at all at the station or at the industries, if you will. This one, I think it comes out of there at 2% or whatever. It's flat, and it's 2% just to get over the dirt there. And this one over here is kind of crazy. Still not sure, obviously, if this one's going to work. We'll have to see how that goes when we're actually on a pickup. But it does look like our drop-offs for the cordwood and coal is going to work. So that's cool. Sweet. Super happy with that. Awesome, awesome. Great looking locomotive. The run is working. Can't complain. Time-wise, that's not too super bad. All things considered, that's not a horribly long run. Just enough of it is like you can just kind of set it and let the loco run, and then some of it, obviously on the downhill especially, you're going to have to drive some, so that's cool. A little bit of mixture of all of the above. The loco is working fine. Looks like we can add at least a couple of cars. Not exactly sure how many, because they're certainly going to add up weight-wise really rather fast. And these cars are not cheap either. So there's that. But they're definitely going to make us some money. I mean, at a $3,000 load, that's just epic. $3,000 load early in the game definitely change the way things go for you. So moving in the right direction. And at a good time. Because as I said, we were down to $7,000 there and definitely needing some money. So good to get that. Work our way down the hill here. So that's working out. Did find a decent, nice flat, no crazy, nothing too crazy there. Everything came out pretty nice and smooth. That's all working. Hopefully we got the last few little trees. A lot of little ninja trees on this map you do have to watch out for. That's for sure. Hold over from the Lake Valley map where those little ninja trees that you can get lost. They look almost like a fern for a minute. Go. New rolling stock working great. New loco working great. Water, wood, fuel, all that good stuff, no problems. Yeah. See, and they get smaller. Like this one, little ninja tree right there. Oh, there we are. Hopefully our switches are all good because we are coming in hot. There we go. Did turn around and put in a, an engine shed over there. Have kind of gotten Montezuma a little bit off to the side there as we aren't using it currently. Not sure what we'll do with that one. I'm sure we're probably something to do with the farm industry at the end of the day. There we go. Alright, but I think with that one, that turned around and worked out alright. So I think with that, we're going to call it away and say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but they sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.